Oh, hello there, yes. Now, there's been a lot of talk recently about AI replacing human beings, but there's a wonderful piece in the Telegraph today that proves that human element is absolutely essential, that machines could never take over from this stuff. Just as a quick aside, a lot of people accuse me of having a very sneering tone, but this particular piece in the Telegraph beats me hands down. It's a transactive activist who disrupted Kathleen Stock, his daughter of 4-day-a-week council boss. Yes, indeed. Yes, she's a daughter, apparently. Anyway, there are 3 people that have worked on this, and the tagline there for them. Let's see what they've managed to dig out. So there's the activist herself, Mrs. Posnet, was involved in a band called Working Class Broccoli, but it has emerged that the family live in a 5-bedroom home with a swimming pool in a Suffolk village, estimated to be worth £850,000. Yes, indeed. Now, I actually live in Cambridgeshire, and I can assure you that that isn't particularly expensive. And I think the key thing here is that they mustn't have a swimming pool and be concerned about social issues. That's the key thing. There was then a hatchet job on the parents. Apparently the mother works for the council and is interested in a 4-day week sort of work-life balance. I mean, just the kind of communists you don't want ruining everything. And I won't tell you about the dad, but just these 3 words sum it up. The ardent Remainer. There you go. Anyway, they've spoken to a few people, person, singular, Sir John Hayes, who's always on the end of the phone for a quote, and he said he's chairman of the Common Sense Group, so you know it's going to be commonsensical what he says. He's questioned whether the student activist has gone off the rails because she came from a deranged, bourgeois, liberal family blinded by privilege. Yes. Now, that's the kind of rhetoric that only a Marxist could come out with these days, but John doesn't mind. Yes, just look at his voting record. He's perfectly happy with impoverishing people around him in the name of the economy. Very commonsensical. They managed to get some quotes from somebody allegedly who knows the family. Like there's this one. There is clearly no ideology too crazy for them to embrace. The problem I have with that personally is surely it's just one ideology. You can't embrace loads of them? I don't think that's the way ideology works. Anyway, after all of this fearless and indeed sneering reporting, you have to say to yourself, that looks like a lot of hard work for 3 people, but then you realise that the Daily Mail carried the story the day before, so what these 3 people had managed to do between them was buy a copy and read it. Brilliant stuff, guys. Brilliant stuff, yeah. The Daily Telegraph. As I've said before here, my dad used to work for the Daily Telegraph when it was a newspaper. Now it's an outlet for this man. Yeah, this man. And those trousers. I am going to sneer at those trousers. He wore those to court, for God's sake. Yes, the only thing I'm surprised about this is that nobody's managed to mention flat-screen TVs, because they are the benchmark, as we all know, of privilege these days. Anyway, on that bombshell, have a lovely weekend.